Hi guys, this is Carl here from Comic Culture and the Game Store in Lincoln in England, and I just thought I'd take you through Grand Prix. It's the new game from GMT. It's literally just arrived in the United Kingdom this morning, so let's have a look and see what's in the box. Now let's start with the outside of the box. You can see it's quite a big game. It's quite solid. There's two thick, heavy mounted maps in there, and it's quite a substantial package with quite a thick box. On the back, picture of one of the boards. Here we've got some information about the game now. If you've played Thunder Alley before, you'll have a very good start on playing this one because it's based on the same system, designed by the same people, Jeff and Carla Horger. 14 ages, sorry, not 14 players. 2 to 11 players, 60 to 90 minutes playing time. I liked Thunder Alley quite a lot. I'm not massively into Daytona 500 style racing. I can't remember, NASCAR I think it's called. I am more into Formula 1, so I've been looking forward to this one for quite a while. Plus, it's totally compatible. If you've got Thunder Alley, you can use the maps with this game and vice versa. Okay, let's have a look what's in the box. Get the lid off, always a tricky thing. Okay, rules of play. 20 pages. They've got a reasonable amount of colour in there. In fact, you just describe them as full colour. The rules are the cars move through via playing cards, and there are rules for how you move them. So there are different types of movement. Cars get linked together. You get line movement, you get pursuit movement, you get lead movement. That you talk about lateral displacement. With Formula 1. With the Grand Prix game, you get wear markers, close call tokens, information markers. There are events that happen. The tyres are quite important because in Formula 1 you have to use two different types of tyre in a race. There you can probably see the flags. Okay, so you can see what yellow flags, yellow and red flag, etc. Procedures for entering the pit, and of course, all important, who wins the race. Now, the way it works, I believe, is that you end up with non-player character cards. It's a phrase from role-playing. So you end up with cars in the race that don't belong to any of the players, and they have to be moved as well. Let's have a look at the counters. Okay, these are the smaller counters. There's some very small ones there, and then some sort of more normal size ones. These look like ones for the teams. The position where you ended up. Conditions, different types of tyre markers to show that you've changed tyres, I imagine. Different types of wear markers, you know, engine wear, suspension wear, things like that. They're double-sided. They look quite nice, and you've got a marker for the current leader. Certainly in Thunder Alley, I remember that it could be quite difficult to work out who was leading at any time, so because people got lapped quite regularly in there. Doesn't tend to happen quite so much in Formula 1. Then we got the cars. Okay, you can see these look like the neutral cars. They've got no colours, and then you've got two cars for each of these teams. Okay, they're quite attractively done. They're double-sided, and what you do in Thunder Alley, and I imagine in this, is that you flip them over to show that they've gone. So everybody, at the end of each turn, everybody will be on either the light grey side or the darker light grey side. Okay, it makes it very easy to spot who's already gone. Just notice that both sides of that counter sheet say front, which is interesting. So not quite sure why it says that. Okay, here are the boards. They come in these plastic bags, and GMT do that to protect them during transit, to make sure that they don't slide around and wear against other boards. They're, like I said, they're heavy mounted maps. I can understand people liking that personally. Doesn't bother me. I think for a game like this you probably do want mounted maps, but for war games I certainly don't really care about it that much. You can see the size of the board. It's a full, you know, what you would call a war game size board. This one is South Korea, it says it there in the corner. I don't know if you can see that because it's such a big thing. You've got obviously track, and track on the other side. On the back you've got St. Paul, Minnesota, that famous Formula 1 track. Maybe not so famous. I imagine that these have been based on real tracks, but just from a quick glance I can't actually see what they may have been maybe copying. That's the first of the two maps. This is the second one. I won't be putting them back in the bag when I finished, I don't think, because it is a pain getting them in and out. This, to me, I'm better with maps than I am with these kind of things. So, okay, there we got Spain apparently. I'm going to lay that out so that you can see that a little bit more. You can see that the track varies in size. Sometimes it's 4 width, sometimes it's, on some of the ones I've looked at, it seems to go down to 1 space. So obviously difficult to pass, but that is often the case with Formula 1 anyway, that it can be difficult to overtake. And on the back, the final map is Cincinnati, another famous Formula 1 track knot. Okay. Look pretty interesting. They're all different, and like I say, you can use the Thunder Alley maps if you want to. You've got the cards. These are the race cards. I haven't opened those yet, as you can see. They're the cards that you play when you want to move your cars around, and they tell you a type of movement, whether you take any damage, how fast you move if you're coming out the pits. Then you've got an event card. Every turn, there's a deck of these. Every turn an event card will be played. You may get rain, like this one is obviously the track becomes wet, or the track becomes dry if it's already wet. Then every team has one of these cards. So the first team there is Flux Capacity Racing from Canada. I'm not sure, I think they may have made that up. GSM Racing, Bull Racing from Athens in Greece. And obviously if you're running a team, you get one of those cards to show any damage, show what tyres you've got. Finally, a bag to put the counters in, so you can draw randomly, I imagine, and then an insert to stop everything from sliding around too much. Okay, looks interesting. I shall hopefully be getting the game of this weekend. I know that my manager in the shop is a very big fan of Thunder Alley, and I know he's been looking forward to this one and thinking of getting it just so he can get the boards for Thunder Alley. But I think I will probably move over to playing this one instead of Thunder Alley, but it depends how it plays, really. Like I say, looking forward to it. Looks like quite a substantial package. Certainly having the mounted boards makes it a very heavy package, so if you're shipping this, remember that. Hope you've enjoyed seeing what's in the box, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We moved over to a new channel now. We're under the name Comic Culture because that's the name of our shop. And I hope you'll join me there for more videos. I've transferred all the old videos across, and I'll be making new ones as new stuff comes out, which should be quite a lot, bearing in mind it's Essen soon. Okay, thanks very much for watching. This is Carl from Comic Culture and the Game Store saying goodbye. Goodbye.